Yes, thank you for the hearts. But stop comparing yourself. Is almost like suicide to who you are. It really is. Because what happens is when you begin to, you can say, well, I'm not good enough. Well, they're smart. They're doing this. Look how far they are. How did they get there? And listen, God has his own journey, his own path for you that looks like nobody else's. Do you know what I'm saying? So don't compare yourself. Wherever you are right now is right where you're supposed to be. Do you understand? And what you do is you begin to develop yourself in such a way that you can move beyond where you are. And you never want to stay. I'm never going to be satisfied where I am. I just won't be, because I wasn't created to be. I was created to go from glory to glory to glory, to my next level, to my next level, to my next level. So never get satisfied. Don't stay stagnant, but don't compare yourself. Yes, you can have people be an inspiration. Yes, you can have people that you want in your life that cause you to rise to the next level. Do you know what I'm saying? You want to be connected to people who push you further, but don't compare yourself, because everybody's story is different. I had trials I had to go through that you may not have to go through. You have trials that I may not have to go through. Do you understand what I'm saying? Amen. But don't compare yourself. It's like a suicide. And then accept your uniqueness. God gave you something he didn't give me. Right? God gave me something he didn't give you. You are so unique. And there was something that I read the other day. It says, let's see, it said, I don't know if I put it on here. Yes, let's see. Being you is your superpower. That is your superpower. Simply you being you showing up with all of your uniqueness, with all your way of navigating through the world. I'm just going to tell you straight out, I love me. I love the imperfect parts of myself. I love the parts of me that God is still working on. I love the parts that God has developed. I love me. And I can't even tell you where that came from. All I can say to you is that God put it on the inside of me. Because when I was little, I mean, gosh, I was bony. I was so skinny. I minister, yes. I've been scoping here noon Central Time, this challenge that we're doing today. I'm always a little late today, but I've been doing a challenge. This is day 3 of the challenge. So I've been scoping at noon Central Time. But I was really skinny. I had knock knees. I had a muscular build, I thought, right? And I hated the way my body looked, and I was made fun of. I used to have this, my mom gave me this Jerry curl. You guys remember Jerry curls? She gave me this horrible Jerry curl that took all of my hair out. So not all of it, but it was like really, really short. So I felt like I looked like a boy. I was taller than most people in my class. Right now I'm a girl, I'm 5'9". So I've always been tall, but as I got older, I was able to model. You know what I mean? God was able to do certain things as a result of things I hated about myself growing up. God used those things. Do you know what I mean? So celebrate your uniqueness. Celebrate your uniqueness. God made you different. I am taller than most women that I know. I'm 5'9". I'm taller than most women that I know. And I used to hate that. But you know what? God was like, no, I made you to stand out. I made you different. Do you know what I mean? So whatever your uniqueness is, celebrate it. Love yourself. Because if you can't love yourself, how are you going to show somebody else how to love you? If you're single, take your own self out to dinner. Buy your own self some flowers. Go out and buy your own self a pretty dress. Do you know what I'm saying? Celebrate you, love you, because you teach people how to treat you. And the moment that I'm telling you guys, the moment I see somebody not seeing how they're supposed to treat me, I'm distancing I may not chunk you the deuces, because I know I'm called to be in people's life in a way that challenges them and in a way that enhances who they are. So I may not always chunk people the deuces, but I will distance myself. I will love you, but I will distance my heart from you, because I'm not going to allow you to step on my heart. I'm not going to allow you to do that. I can't, because God has done too much work on the inside of me to allow you to come in and step all over it. Do you know what I'm saying? So celebrate your uniqueness. You're different for a reason. And then come to peace with who you are. Come to peace with it. Whatever it is, gosh, sometimes I want to have smaller hips. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things I would like to change about who I am, but I've come to peace with this is what God gave me. Can I enhance it? Absolutely. Can I work out? Can I do what I want? Whatever I need, but I need to come to peace with this is who God made me. And it's so okay. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm beautiful just the way I am. Some people say, well, women, they, get fake booties, they get fake butts, they get, thank you so much. We talk about each other. Well, she got fake breasts. She wear fake hair. He do this. Like, who cares? If wearing fake hair makes you feel good about yourself, who am I to say, why should I care? If getting a fake booty makes you feel better about yourself, why should I care? If getting fake breasts make you feel better about yourself, why should I care? That is your business. That's between you, yourself, and your God. And that's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? But then don't judge me for what I do to make me feel good about myself. My friends just like, girl, you always put lip gloss on everywhere you go. When I go to the gym, I put lip gloss on. Because that's how I feel good. I want to make sure if I go somewhere and I happen to see somebody that may, want to book me for something and want to do, I'm always going to be ready. I'm going to have some lip gloss on. There was somebody that said, my pastor actually, he said, we love the glitz and glamour Oprah. We don't want to see Oprah walking around sliding in some house shoes with some ashy ankles. We want to see the Oprah with her hair fabulous, her clothes right. Beyonce, we want to see her makeup. Because that inspires us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa, that inspires us. So just like they have a way to show up, we have a way to show up. And however you show up, that is so okay. It's none of my business what you need to do to make you feel good about yourself. It's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? So come to peace with who you are. And then lastly, see yourself how you want to be. See yourself how you want to be. Before I got to where I am now, I was doing and I still have a lot of ways to go, but I was doing a whole bunch of trainings. I would, when I was in college, when I was in let me tell you guys. So when I was in middle school, this is how I know God just made me different. See yourself how you want to be. When I was in middle school, I used to wear business jackets, like in like 8th grade. I would wear like business jackets, and I love fashion. So I was always the best dressed in middle school. But I don't even know who I thought I was or where I was thinking I was going. But I would dress in like really nice dresses, and I've always been that way. I would go to college. I would have really nice clothes on. And my freshman year in college, people were like, well, they have on sweatshirts, and here I am in this nice dress. But that was just how my way of showing up in the world. And I think subconsciously, I knew that God was sending me somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I was just connecting with what I knew in my spirit somehow as an 8th grader, wearing business jackets. Who does that? But I believe that in my spirit, I knew what God was taking me somewhere. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm always aware, like now my wardrobe in my mind has changed into what I even wear now. But the reason why is because I'm beginning to see myself how I want to be. I envision me speaking in certain, and sometimes God will sit me down and he'll cause me. He's like, he'll tell me to be intentional about seeing where he's taking me. So sometimes you need to be able to dream with your eyes. We need to be able to dream while you're awake. Dream it, see it, get vivid pictures of where you're going. Begin to talk to people in the way that you would talk to them if you were going to be wherever you plan on being in life. You know what I'm, if you plan on being a public speaker, begin to speak in a way when your words are clear and enunciated. Do you know what I'm saying? Begin to align yourself with where you see yourself going. Because that's really faith. That's getting your faith supercharged. Begin to read books that encourage you, that inspire you to where you're going. Because you're pulling into yourself your most dominant thoughts. Yes, thank you so much for writing those down, Miss Lady K. Thank you so much for that. Hope I said that right. But begin to see, because that's faith. That's building your faith up. That's pulling those things to yourself that are, number one, already on the inside of you. You know what I'm saying? But you begin to come into agreement with it. So it's on the inside of you. And then as you begin to see it, as you begin to supercharge your faith, you begin to then pull it back into yourself. Then you create it. Do you know what I'm saying? It becomes a seed. So here it is. It's inside of you. God put it in there. It's a seed, what I call a destiny seed. So on the inside of you, right? And then as you begin to see it, as you begin to faith it, as God begins to let you sit down in a chair and you spend 5 minutes in the morning just seeing everything where you want to go, the home you want to live in, the house you want to drive, the impact you want to make. You know what I'm saying? The people that your life's going to come in contact with. Begin to see those things. As you begin to see that thing, you're birthing it. You're birthing it. And then what happens is it's in you, but then it comes out of you, right? And it connects back into itself. And then as that seed begins to grow, it becomes this large tree that outgrows itself. And what ends up happening is now what was in here, you see it out there. Do you know what I'm saying? So I want you guys today, my action plan for you, I hope that you accept it. Yes, you're drawing your vision. That's right. That's right. You're drawing your vision. You're drawing it, but you're drawing it. I love that play on words. Thank you for sharing that. Right? You're drawing it, but then you're drawing it. You are the master creator. God is the master creator, but you are the co-pilot. I shouldn't have said that. You're the co-pilot creator of your life. He gives you the canvas. He gives you this beautiful canvas, and then you get to paint. You get to put the colors in it. You get to draw on it. You get to make it as beautiful, as vibrant as you want it to be. But it's all up to you. That's what I want you to get in these next, we've done 3 days, the next 4 days, is that your life is it's God gave it back to you. He birthed you, right? He put you in the earth for a purpose. And then what you do with it, you give it back to him. But he gave it to you to do what you will. He gave us free will. If we never live out our purpose, it's totally our fault. If we miss it, it's totally our fault. But if we do it, if we get it right, if we live this thing, if we maximize every single gift, every single talent, everything you put on the inside of us, we don't box ourselves in because of people's rules or mandates or what they think, right? But we maximize it. Not only do we give other people the permission to do the same, but we begin to love this thing that we call life. So many of us don't love it because we're living in the shadows. We're living in the basement of our gifts. We're living in the basement of our gifts. And so we loathe our lives. But when you begin to become fearless in Christ and you understand that he made me for something so big, so much bigger than myself, we can't even contain, our spirits are huge. We can't even contain. We can't even contain ourselves. Do you know what I'm sorry, put that question back up there. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to see that.
Hi.
But I just want to encourage you with that. So today, number one, write a letter. If you have some unresolved issues with yourself, some areas in yourself where you know that you need to forgive yourself, write yourself a love letter. Write yourself a love letter. Forgive yourself. Give yourself permission to make mistakes. Give yourself permission to make mistakes, because mistakes are going to happen. So give yourself permission. It's okay. It's okay. I fell down. I made a mistake. I'm not perfect. It's okay. You can catch them on, one of them should still be up, but if not, you can go to catchme, katch.me, I think, /Anesha Sharp. And you can find all of my old videos, everything I've ever taped. So that's there. But I just want you guys to write yourself, right? She's so funny. Write yourself a love letter. Dear Anesha, I love you. I thank you for showing up. I thank you for the courage that you have to live this thing called life. Yes, girl. Yes. I forgive you for allowing people to diminish your self-worth. I forgive those people who've diminished my self-worth. I take charge of my own, yes, that's it. I take charge for my own self-esteem, my own self-worth, my own life. I take charge of it. God, I thank you for creating such an amazing person. I love you, Anesha. Do you know what I'm saying? I just write yourself a love note. Celebrate yourself. When you do something great, go have a piece of cake. Celebrate all the milestones. Because guess what? Who you are today, you have to get over some stuff to become where you are. Just living, just waking up in the morning is an act that you should celebrate yourself. Because somebody didn't make it. Somebody wanted to commit suicide. Yes. Somebody wanted to commit suicide. Yes, yes, and a child of God, yes. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's living in pity and doubt. And if that's you, if you're living in pity, if you're living in self-doubt, if you want to commit suicide, begin to look at what you've overcome. You're an overcomer just because you woke up this morning. Because all of us had to overcome something. Yes, embrace your journey to get to where we are today. So celebrate yourself. You are unique. I used to teach a youth group when I was in high school, and they were called the Jets. And we had this thing we would have them say every single day they came. And one of the things was, I am unique and unrepeatable. You are unique and there will never be. And this is why I don't understand when people say, I don't believe in God. There are, 7 billion people on planet Earth right now? 5 billion something. Well, out of all of us, each of our handprints is different. Yes. Yes, that got you. That's right. That got you where you are. And some of us, like my daughter, hers kind of almost looks like mine. It's kind of similar. But there's something in her handprint that is distinct to only her hand. Do you know what I'm saying? And so just like God took the time, see, I think God, he gives us a blueprint he gives us a blueprint of his majesty in everything. He gives us little conversations, little pieces of himself, little ways of how he made everything, right? That will connect it back to him. So even though